Hi, darling.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
You've got an extremely needy boy on your lap, haven't you?
Very, very needy today.
Yeah.
Don't know what's going on with him. I think he's a bit itchy.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've got to do what I've got to do, and I can podcast as well as mother.
Yeah. You're made to do it all, baby.
And I'm raring to talk about episodes 9 and 10. I think that's where we're at.
It is where we're at. Really sorry if you're seeing Spinach lick his bits. He's just a bit sensitive today. He's a bit upset.
Yeah, he needs to be near his mum's.
He does. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
If it's too bothersome, Spinny, we will take you to the vets. But
Yeah.
I think you're okay for now. You're a very brave boy.
So we had the first commitment ceremony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What did you think?
Well, I'm amazed that it's like the first one.
I know, I feel like so much has happened.
And I also, more than that, I feel like the couples are really far along, perhaps further along than they would be in the UK one, maybe because people are more open on the Australian one. I don't know. Like, it's just interesting. Like, they seem to be more open to just being in a relationship with that person rather than being like, we need the experts to tell us what to do. Like, they're just kind of all jumping in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had some really juicy stuff to deal with. I want to start with Tony and Morena because
that's fine.
Morena at the commitment ceremony was like something from The Godfather.
That's funny.
She was like, I'm going to get love. I don't care how. I don't care when. I'm going to get it.
I
know. It was like such a threat.
Yeah, and she kind of said the same. It's like she's got a script that she's prepared, that she's gone into MAFS with, because she said the same thing when she was at Intimacy Week. She was like, I'm going to do what I want because it's my time and I'm going to do it and get it no matter how what. And yeah, it's like she's not. I understand that she comes from a very broken, damaged situation, which is really sad and really tragic, but she is very much doing this with only herself in mind and maybe not what her partner wants or who her partner is, which is an interesting thing that does seem to be the case for this show quite a lot, is that people are doing it for an experience for themselves and not thinking about like the actual connection with another person.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Sorry, I've gone off on a bit of a
tangent.
No,
say more.
Okay, so like,
you think she's in it for her own self-exploration and isn't really
which I think is a absolutely fine thing, but at the same...
I know what you mean, but do you think maybe she's just already given up on the relationship because Tony's asleep at 5 p.m, so she's...
I don't know if she has given up. Even though I think she had different expectations, I don't think she's given up. I think she's just really hyper-focused on what she needs or what her expectations are because she's been so let down.
Yeah.
That she's not even looking... I mean, it sounds like he's not making much fucking effort. I'm not going to, mess around with that.
Also, I feel like...
Oh my goodness. God. As ever.
R.I.P. to my wine.
R.I.P. to your wine. Daisy can't drink her wine. And if you want to see Spinach content, then you have to watch this on YouTube because he's absolute heaven.
My therapist was talking to me about smells.
Yeah.
Slight detour. About using smells to ground yourself in moments if you might feel a bit panicky or something.
Yes.
Like whether I'd ever thought about using aromatherapy or just particular smells that I like that I hadn't ever thought about. And it's a nice thought because apparently it's one of the strongest things that can, I can't remember, does something really strong to your brain.
Yeah.
But I did say, now that you mention it, I sniff Spinach's head about 50 million times a day and
to ground you,
and it just whoosh, it does something
to
your
a rush
cortisol or something.
Oh, that's lovely, darling. And also it's so lovely when we're in yoga, isn't it? And our yoga teacher
that's what
Bethany
I said.
Sprays the...
I said, I've never done it myself, but my yoga teacher sometimes does some aromatherapy. I always love it when she does that, don't you?
Yes. I also love it on a Wednesday night when she brings out the wheat eye mask because it smells nice. And I'm always like, ooh, I'm going to get cozy. She was so funny. I had such a funny time with her the other day when I was just like staring at her. Everyone was leaning forward and I was just staring. She like jumped and couldn't stop laughing at me. And then she was like, do you want your blanket, love? And I was like, no. I was just in my own world, but I was just like, I want these things a certain way, and like, you don't need to interrupt me.
I love looking at you in yoga because you do just wander off sometimes.
I do. I'm really thinking. Sorry that I didn't sit next to you. I hope you didn't mind. I quite liked going next to the radiator. I like that
fine.
spot.
We were both next to a radiator. That was good.
I like getting a bit hot.
Yeah.
Doing yoga.
I can't remember what we were talking about.
Morena.
Oh.
So another thing that I wrote down, another note about, because I'm saying I think she's being a bit self-centered, and I think that is to do with being older, you know, knowing what you're looking for. I understand all of those things are important, and you do deserve, everyone deserves to find the person and the thing that they're looking for, you know, like I just believe that. But she is being a bit like intense. And
yeah. She is.
Tony said something as well which really put me off, where he said, like this leather jacket, you're going to see a lot more of me. I'm going to stay. And I was like, what, man? Like, that is just so...
It was cocky, wasn't it?
Yeah, really cocky and self-centered.
I can't work either of them out. Like,
they're both really fascinating.
They're both weird, and I'm finding myself annoyed by her more and more. But I'm also have a voice in my head that's going,
is this misogyny?
I'm being manipulated by the editing.
Yeah, because they're editing everything that they're editing with them. They're putting really light-hearted plinky plonks, and I'm like, oh, I want to take this situation a bit more seriously. I don't need. I don't need to be manipulated into thinking a certain thing.
I just remembered what I was about to say before I started talking about smells earlier.
Yeah.
I've heard that I mean, obviously it is also a thing, because you were saying, like, she's kind of in there for her own self-development.
Yeah.
It is, I think, more and more of a thing the older you get, that you're kind of, how do I describe it? Like looking out for your own, you have your own rhythm, and you're looking out for your own way of doing things.
Yeah.
When you're dating, it's harder to match up to people when they're older, because they have such an ingrained way of doing things, and so many like people that are connected to them and their house and their job. Whereas like when you're in your 20s, you're like, oh, I wonder who I'll set up my life with, and then we'll make our life together.
Totally.
So it kind of makes sense in that way that she's like, oh, I'll just go off on my own self-development journey then, because she can't just change who she is easily for him.
There's something to be said, I think, for like, analysing relationships like that. And not to be bleak, but like, people are living for a lot longer.
Yeah.
You know, so there's more chance of you being maybe alone when you're older. And I think maybe there needs to be more... I'm just thinking of like First Dates, for example. You know, when there's like two bloody... Yeah, the TV show, sorry. First Dates, where there's like two bloody 80-year-olds on there. And they're both like, I'm just looking for a lovely companion. They're obviously not going to move in together. And maybe that needs... Do you know what I mean? Like, they're going to live in their own houses and go out for tea or something every now and then.
You don't think they're moving together?
No, but I don't think that's a problem. And I think maybe that needs to be looked at more, and maybe like normalized or spoken about a bit more, about like keeping your own separate lives, but coming together and like being like, my boyfriend's coming over, like, it's cute. Like, it's almost like simplifying a relationship rather than like, and it's still a partnership, but I don't know, I just think maybe we're setting up the older couples to fail by being like, okay, move into this apartment.
Yeah.
Like, Tony's falling asleep at 5 probably because he's overstimulated and a bit overwhelmed.
It's
not
less
to like
likely,
let him off the hook, but
it's less likely to work for the older couples.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, like, I do think it does mean a lot of these men like don't put in any effort, and they should be putting in a bit more effort.
That's the thing. If you're not like moving in together and planning your family together, you're gonna, if you're just having a date every now and then, you've got to bring something when you're having a date. You can't be falling asleep on the sofa.
No, that's really bad. But I think you're right about how they're quite set in their ways. And I think the idea of moving into a very small apartment when you probably live in a house, well, they both live in a house, we know, it would be claustrophobic and a bit irritating, because if you're set in your ways, you're not, I don't know, there's a lot kind of, and it would feel intense. Anyway, I don't know, I've kind of gone off on a tangent, but
also with him, I'm like, I am starting to not trust or not believe anything he's saying, because I'm like, you said that you thought she was beautiful, perfect queen, but you haven't really done anything romantic towards her. Is that because she's annoying you, which is fair enough, but also if she's annoying you, tell her she's annoying you, because you're just sort of laughing about it. Like, it's all very passive.
Yeah.
I don't really know if he's taking it seriously. But then to move on to Intimacy Week,
Yeah.
at least the show is making us believe that they had some kind of breakthrough with her
Yeah.
task, which was my favourite thing that anyone I mean, obviously.
Apart from, actually, no, my two favourite tasks
Yeah.
that people did were Sierra and Billy's. And
That could have been nice.
yeah, we'll come on to that. But like, if we're just looking at the task, both of those things were
so funny that like the other ones were like, this is my time to dominate, and dominate is find the tiniest underwear you've ever seen and just be like, I'm here.
Yeah. I tell you what though, we saw way too much of Paul and Karina, but anyway.
Way too much. Anyway.
Sorry.
Yes, this painting task, lovely, what a lovely thing.
Yeah.
What a
And it
lovely
made
thing to
him
do.
open up in a way where he said like, I let her down at the beginning and I regret that. And I was like, what the hell? This is crazy.
This is your sad eyes.
That was such bullshit. This is your sad eyes, and now this is when I look at you, this is your smile. Now. Bullshit. But loved
It's
it.
like,
Yeah.
but it opened up. Also, I didn't know when she was like, Tony, come in. Here's your leaf. Here's your leaf.
You weren't understanding that.
Well, no, because he wasn't the one being painted.
No, but
Was it a
they
thing of,
spoke.
like,
That was their
an
little
ad-
joke because they spoke about it earlier.
What?
The leaf.
What did they talk about a leaf for?
I don't think you were paying attention.
When did they talk
So
about a leaf?
when she first got back from the thing with Alessandra,
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, you're not going to just give me a bloody leaf and to wear that or something." Ha 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 ha.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
So that's why she made a joke about the
Okay,
leaf.
I see.
It's nothing really. Did I tell you about how my mum and Uncle Greg, when they were little, they dressed up as Adam and Eve? Do you remember how I've said that for fancy dress parties, there's a woman up the road that would sew our
I
costumes?
can't believe you had a new costume every party.
Yeah. Queen of Hearts?
Fancy.
No. Yes. To be honest, I don't know how many there were. Queen of Hearts, Tilly from Tots TV. These are the only ones I have pictures
Lots of
of.
redhead women.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know many more than that. I can't think of any more. And Mum and Uncle Greg went as Adam and Eve, and they both had like skin tight.
They went as a naked pair of lovers.
as brother and sister. And
Mother and
they
father
had
of the world.
leaves sewn onto like a body tights. One thing though that I really didn't like was when she said, "You said Mariana, it's Morena."
Yeah, he corrected himself.
We rewound it.
Yes.
And like double checked because he said he specifically said Mariana Morena, like Morena. Like,
yeah.
it was just a little slip of and then she said it's Morena.
Yeah, and that was in front of everyone, which did make me think, this is a bit hard to edit badly. Like, that is her being a bit of a dick in front of everyone. She is expecting to be wounded and offended. But then I think there's also a combination of, I'm sure she is also being ignored by people and being, not listened to and being treated like she's invisible. But then she's also preempting that behaviour and just sort of lecturing people a lot.
Yeah, she's a confusing character. The whole thing, even the setup with like her being like, Tony's going to get this no matter what. I don't care if he wants it or if he doesn't. It's like, you should care if he wants it or if he doesn't.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a weird thing to say.
Well,
and also consent.
The whole premise in general was a bit weird of like, I feel like all the girls were told you're going to do something sexual and they don't have any choice in the matter.
Yeah.
But we don't know how it was phrased. Maybe it was just like, do something romantic for your partner. But it seemed like they'd all been told like,
it was like ultimate fantasy night was the brief. And I'm like, is your ultimate fantasy night actually wearing lingerie or not? And like,
and licking chocolate off a
well, that's what I was going to say.
Frenchman's
Surely you'd
nipple.
want chocolate licked off yourself.
I don't know.
And okay, licking chocolate off of a man's nipple with cameras watching. Maybe that actually is. Maybe that actually,
nipple.
a man's nipple. Men's nipples are sensitive, apparently.
Yeah, but good for the man, but the person doing the licking.
I see, because it's not a breast, so it's not very sexy.
No, it's got probably a bit hairy.
Hairy chocolate.
Oh, you don't want hairy chocolate.
There's no breast heft.
No.
Anyway.
Where are we? Okay, so Tim.
Back to our sex life. So Tim. Good save.
The least sexy thing I could think of.
Ooh.
Sorry. He turned up to the commitment ceremony.
He literally thought he slayed. He thought he was going to slay.
Oh my God, so
funny.
embarrassing.
What a cringe man.
Oh my God, and he fought to the bitter end.
He really did.
For his rights as a man to be allowed to gaslight Katie as much as he wants. I cannot believe he thought he'd get away with coming to them and saying, she didn't even contact me after he'd rejected her.
And then said, she didn't even acknowledge me at the dinner party. I'm like, you literally said, we all saw it. She stood up and came over to you. You didn't acknowledge her. And then you said, she's gone up in your books for acknowledging you at the dinner party. So she did acknowledge you. Oh my God. And then he said, there's been a lot of me here. There's been a lot of me here. And then John was just like, no, mate, none of this. We're not having any of this.
Oh my God. I love that John said it was gaslighting 101.
Yeah. So good.
Because they haven't seen everything else. They haven't seen the honeymoon. They've only seen that dinner party. So we don't know, they might not have sussed him that well. So I'm really glad that they did. And it shows how bad he was that they could see that just from
the dinner party. I mean, it was pretty easy. And then Tim was going like making faces like, what the fuck, when Katie was saying stuff. It was just like everything that she was saying was true. So it was really funny that he was like, because she said he put the onus on me to decide whether we go on the honeymoon or not. And it's like, you literally said that on camera. Like, we saw that happen. So why are you scoffing?
Oh my God.
Scowling. Yeah.
And it just leads to more mortification for her because the girls have to jump in to support her, which is really nice that they're doing. Like, I think it was Ree or Sierra, I don't know. One of them at some point said,
I think it was actually Ree who I was surprised by.
Yeah, said when he was saying she didn't contact me at all. She said if someone had said that they're not attracted to me, I would have been too embarrassed to contact them.
Yeah,
which is completely true. But also it's just Katie has to hear that again. He doesn't fancy you. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Blah blah blah. But she held her own in that she stayed quite quiet, but let her emotion show on her face. Yeah, and
she said she did say that I'm not finished. Which was iconic because he needed to have that. God. And he just was. Oh my God, he came across like such a mug.
He really did.
He was
sweating.
Come across well.
He just didn't apologise.
And one thing that was super cute was from Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of that episode, he said, the good thing is loads of guys are going to see this and they're going to message you. They're going to jump in your DMs. I was like, oh my God, slay. So true.
That was nice.
Love that for her. So that was really sweet of him to say. And also, I agree. That's going to happen. So someone else that didn't come across well, and they're really trying to come across well, Ryan. I'm sorry to keep dragging Jacqui and Ryan, but they're just bringing it upon themselves.
They're so weird.
I kind of almost had a feeling before the intimacy week where they were saying I don't understand why you've matched us because we asked for some, and it's you guys are the two weird. John basically said, you two are the weirdest freaks I've ever met, and we managed to find two weird freaks to go together and you still don't like each other.
I loved that when he was like, you two are extremely difficult to match. And even they were a bit like
and I find cooking with someone a real bonding activity, and Jacqui hates cooking, and then
but then they were like, we spend all night talking about Bitcoin and fucking self-development. I was then only you two freaks do that. So.
And then also she nearly cried about the heating, about him not wanting the heating on or something. Oh my god, everyone was just like, what the fuck is going on? And then she said, we both love cryptocurrency, modern affairs, and we're both super intelligent.
What the fuck is modern affairs?
What are you two fucking talking about? Talk to me about modern affairs. What modern affairs do you speak of? What are you fucking talking about? And
oh my God.
that was just so crazy. And she obviously has a lot of therapy or some therapy or like watches therapy videos because she says stuff like, I have to dissociate from the things he says. Like when he doesn't give me the heating, what are you talking about? Okay. So my thought was, sorry that I've gone ahead. It was, I had a thought that like, I felt like they were boyfriend and girlfriend and then they'd both gone on the show.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, you guys are too similar and you're making up this weird thing. Are you trying to get it for money?
But they wouldn't
then come intimacy week. I was like,
no,
that's not the case.
Okay, so you thought they would be like, maybe we should be in love and then it would all go well from there. I would be with you if that happened, but oh boy, no, it didn't. But I know what you mean because I find it almost impossible to imagine either of them having a relationship with anyone else. I can't believe anyone has gone out with them. They're so unusual.
I don't know if anyone has.
What, you think they're lying?
Yeah. I don't think he's never said otherwise. He's never actually said about an ex.
No, he hasn't. She has.
She has, but I'm not sure.
She with the Alessandra thing said, I'm really confident in bed because all my lovers have just said you've got an amazing ass. I love your hair. You're so
and she
sexy.
Listed all the things. I just don't believe her. I'm really sorry. No, but actually that's not fair because she's not.
No, but also
like,
the things. Yeah. No, it's not that. It's just the way she was talking about it was so weird. And the things that are said in that moment, you don't sort of store them in your mind like a catalogue,
like a file of facts.
Yeah,
like yeah. I don't know. It was really weird. I did feel for her this episode because she did literally, I mean, she's crazy, but she did give everything to him on a platter, like in the way that she said, just say this and this and this and I'll be good. And he couldn't.
She asked him so many times.
Well, at the start, when she was in Honeybird It, trying on the lingerie, she said like, they toasted and she said, this is to you making me feel like the most beautiful girl on the planet.
This whole thing was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen on MAFS.
There's too much. Why did we see them all in their lingerie so much? I didn't need to see it. I felt so invasive. Like him sitting there with his top off and her sitting there with that lingerie on, and I was like, guys, I shouldn't be seeing this.
And it was like see-through lingerie. It was like not. It wasn't just your big pants and your big comfy bra. No. Even that would have been too much to be seen. why has this happened all of a sudden?
I don't know what that was about. I don't know. But it's kind of like what happened on Queer Ultimatum.
Where suddenly you were seeing
loads of sex and we were like,
of them.
Night footage of like lesbians having sex and we were like,
what the fuck?
Look it up. And we were like, oh, this is like kind of... what's the word? Exploitative and objectifying like lesbian relationships. Like we don't need to see this.
Yeah,
like it's too much. Okay, so him trying to tell her that she was attractive.
Oh my God,
shit. I want to come over there and put my hands on you.
Oh. Yummy.
Yummy.
It was awful. It was awful. But
it's so weird. What the fuck are you meant to do anyway if someone's coming out of a fucking dressing room, like, and you're just like...
And there's millions of cameras around you.
Yeah, in a brightly lit mall. Like, what do you do? But I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt. He
obviously isn't into her. But yeah, even if you were really into her...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's hard because Dave was able to do a very authentic
But he was at
response.
home.
Yeah. If you're in like a woman's kind of space of like a dressing room with mirrors and people at a counter nearby, it would make you super extra awkward. But still, you could just say, wow, you look amazing.
How could he not find it in himself? And
you look beautiful.
Yeah, he was doing that thing. He was like, I followed when she brought up the ranking challenge. I followed the letter 100%, and it said Right, and I'm like, it's not Taskmaster. This isn't. You don't have to follow the task's rules like to a T. You do the. And he's like, I'm not here to bullshit. It's like, oh my god, you were just so thick.
Oh my.
Who'd have thought?
God.
I mean, no. Who'd have thought? I was gonna say, who'd have thought he'd end up being the most misogynistic out of the lot? But actually, we called out the Jordan Peterson vibes from the start, and it's. I wrote down, Ryan is dim. She is literally telling him what to say, which is like. She was saying fucking verbatim what she wanted to hear, and bless her heart. But it was, I don't know. I don't even know if she likes him. But she did then list the nice things. She was like, I can say you've got lovely biceps. And
I know.
I was like, and then he was like, I like how you look after your body.
That made me feel for her and like her a bit more when she was like, look, I can do, like it came to her really immediately. You look really lovely. You got really big long biceps.
Big long biceps.
And he just couldn't do it back. And he said, I love you got lovely long hair. I love the way you go to the gym because I love the way you look after your health. Like your dentist.
Oh my god,
it was like your
so
dentist
true.
saying, well done for flossing.
I mean, just think, like, what are the, not erogenous zones, but like, what are the sexy things? Like, your eyes are beautiful. Your lips are sexy. Your neck looks hot. I don't know. Like, I'm saying this all about you, but I'm just like,
your neck looks hot.
Your neck looks hot. I want to kiss your neck. You know, like those are all places. Your health, your hair. No, you can't do anything sexy with hair. Well, running maybe, but
don't talk about running.
Don't talk about running. Like, just I don't know. Just use your fucking brain.
Yeah,
but also. Maybe he doesn't. He obviously doesn't fancy her, but
he doesn't.
Like,
so, but then what are they? Yeah, what are they doing here?
I don't know. I don't know. It's so stressful to me. And he said, like, I think we're on 2 different maturity levels. I'm not going to compromise for anyone, mate.
But he is just being unmanned, and I only use that word because he cares so much about masculinity. He is being his display of this macho guy is just being chipped away. He can't live up to this thing that he's built up for himself of being able to like be there for a woman, please a woman, be the traditional role, the like provider and sexual dominant one. Like he can't even say you look nice, and it's just making him look like pathetic.
It's really making me think of Macbeth right now.
Oh, why?
You know, you know how they're all the negatives, like unmanned, you said, and you remember, like unsex me, like, and all of the power comes from Lady Macbeth, and it's just very interesting. The kind of gender roles and the dynamic between. I don't know. It's just really making me think of that because when we went and saw the David Tennant at the Donmar Theatre version at the cinema the other week, and because we're cultured, and the kind of emphasis on the gender elements, which are already strong throughout Macbeth anyway, but like I feel like they were particularly like I heard them more than I usually did. Anyway, like the power, he's afraid of giving his power over to a woman, and especially someone who's like maybe not like the most conventionally hot because he thinks he deserves more. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just going on a bit, but it's just making me think of
I do.
And I just love when you said unmanned. I was just like, oh, that's so interesting. I want to talk about that more. That's just such an interesting
because
thing.
Also like before he met her, when he was talking to the camera about what he wanted, and he was saying like, I don't know if you're going to be able to find someone as beautiful and as attractive and as clever as I need, as I deserve.
Yeah.
So he obviously, but now he's saying, I don't need compliments. I know those two things aren't the same, but he's trying to be like, why do you want girly things? Like, why do you want me to say you look nice?
Yeah.
Because I don't need that. But it's like, yeah, but you were saying that you need this level of like this type of beauty.
And do you think, which requires those things to be said or acknowledged?
Well, it doesn't, but if that's what you're asking for, then you should acknowledge it.
There's something maybe about the unmanned element that comes from even maybe saying you look gorgeous is like femme, like is unmasculine, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
so, because she said to him, like, how hard is it to say you made a mistake? How hard is it for you to say that, like, I'm gorgeous? And he said, because that would be a lie. And I think that is, like, a prime example of what we're saying. Like, he thinks that him acknowledging maybe a woman's beauty is gay or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not masculine of him to...
I don't know.
He thinks he's, like, betraying his own mind by lying, which you know what, fair enough to an extent. But I also think I think he thinks a compliment is, like, not masculine.
I know what you mean.
A compliment about beauty or something.
But I felt more like he panicked and fucked it early on because he's feeling really awkward, and then was trying to defend that by saying, like, well, I can't go against how I really feel, rather than thinking that any compliment is an embarrassing thing to give. I imagine he could give one in a situation where he's not being filmed and he actually does think it. But yeah, he should have obviously just lied. But it's funny because I do always think, like, it's so funny that men think that it's, like, really macho to have sex with a woman when that is so gay.
Yeah.
To fancy a girl's pretty hair and a dress.
That's not macho.
And it's macho to want to fuck a man.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know?
If you want to be more macho, have a willy go in your bum.
Exactly. And then we'll talk.
Then we'll talk. That's true. And then we had the preview to him being rude next week.
What did he do?
He was with the boys and he was sounded like he was talking about Jacqui.
Oh, God.
I'm terrified about what he's going to say.
Oh, God.
But I'm really hoping that Alessandra tells him not to do that.
On the subject of insecure masculinity.
Go on.
Should we talk about Billy? Billy, who we think...
Go on. Say your theory.
Well, his new nickname is Floppy Billy.
Floppy Billy. So sorry.
Oh, that's bad.
Absent dad. Floppy Billy.
Something's going on there.
We're just... we're all thinking it. Are we?
Look.
Sorry.
Sierra looked hot.
Sierra looked really good.
She looked good.
She looked good. And...
You can't... You've at least just got to have a little bit of a nice... He made such a meal of that.
He came in howling with laughter. I was like, she's a beautiful woman. She's got her back is very nice. Her back is beautiful.
Her a lovely rub.
And also, like, that I respected her because I thought that was... Okay, sorry, that sounded really bad. What everyone did was right for them, and I think I respected her because she knew that he wasn't in the right place to just be like, here's me in my lingerie.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't for him. And she respected where he was at and was like, okay, let's take things slowly.
I think she saw that as this doesn't have to lead to sex.
Yes.
But he seemed to see it as almost immediately sex,
Well, no,
which
he
is
literally
another...
said, I don't want it to just be about sex. Like, she asked for a massage. Like, that's a sensual thing that can take time. You can be slow about it. And, like, I don't know, that could really build up, like, a lot. Maybe he's, like, a bit scared of trying to build up, like, sensuality or,
It seemed like he was just... It was bringing up a lot for him, this whole situation. We said before that Billy was giving Better Man, giving a bit of Robbie Williams vibes.
Yes.
It was very much.
If you have seen Better Man, we talk about it on our Patreon, would recommend go and give that
Yes,
episode a listen.
give it a
we
watch.
really enjoyed it.
And it will give you extra context onto Billy.
Yeah.
Also, troubled father relationship.
Yes.
It's just all adding up.
Like,
but it was
facade, bravado,
big front,
yeah,
cheeky chappy.
Yeah.
Like, what was all this? Don't say that about my wife. Now you can't even stroke her. Give her a little kiss. Give her a little touch.
Why did you don't talk about my wife like that? Was definitely him saving like face, like masculine face, because he is nervous in the bedroom.
He was nervous that he couldn't match up to her, I think, and we found out from her that they had sex once a few weeks ago and haven't had sex since. That's weird.
And he's obviously feeling he's obviously feeling a bit insecure to talk about it because they haven't talking about it. And I feel bad for her because she has a pineapple. A girl at work today told me if you need to sneeze, say pineapple, and it stops you from sneezing. And I've done it twice today and it's worked.
Oh my God.
It's worked twice.
Whoa. I'm going to try it in the car because that's the worst place.
Amazing. She just said, say pineapple and it won't, and it's worked twice.
Are you sure you still don't want to a little bit?
What, sneeze?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh.
No, I actually don't. It's gone.
Oh my God.
Isn't that cool?
Pineapple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Yes, I'm fascinated by this Billy situation. I feel bad for him because I really do feel for men that have that kind of issue because I
What? You got floppy willy?
I haven't got floppy willy, but sometimes I struggle sometimes. Because you get in your head.
Get in your head
in sex.
Can you tell we've had a glass of wine? Oh, I just spoken to my wine glass.
Guys, sometimes I struggle to orgasm. It's happened before. So my point is, listen, I'm relating with dudes here.
Yeah.
They have I'm fine. I'm fine with it. It's fine. I can deal with that. It's my own brain and I understand that. They have the whole thing of masculinity that they have to deal with, and
it's performance.
I spat. Having to perform, having to actually get your willy up and put it inside someone. Like, that's crazy. Obviously, that's not where sex starts and ends.
No,
guys, you can do more, and if you can't get it up, there's plenty more, much better things.
Thank goodness.
Do. Yeah, thank
quite
God.
frankly,
they're relieved.
Yeah.
You'll laugh when it goes all wheezy, like makes me laugh so much.
He said, I feel like I'm going to be attacked by a very horny Sierra tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, mate, that is on par with Jake saying she'll stab you in your sleep.
Yeah.
Like, come on, don't make her desire into something monstrous and
when
excessive.
She just put some fucking candles on and just and got her bum out sexy, her bum and her back out, and just said, can you give me a massage? She didn't say shove it in. Okay. Shall we talk about Ashley and Jake?
Yeah.
Is it Jake?
Yeah.
Sorry that we called him Jack the whole of the last episode.
It is Jake. I mean, good riddance. If it is riddance.
Arrivederci!
Yeah, big dirty.
Big dirty. Piccolo dirty. Arrivederci.
What's that, a little one?
Little one.
What are you looking at?
I don't know if that's a bit of glass. Anyway, it's on my finger. Guys, they're gone.
They're gone.
Au revoir. And then Jake still tried to be like, I'm pretty disappointed that Ashley didn't blah, blah, blah. Fuck off.
That is pathetic.
I've had enough. I've had enough of you lot.
That is pathetic. I'm sad that we're going to see the back of Ashley because she was a nice girl and I'd like to get to know her better.
But she was absolutely lovely. You know what I'd like?
What?
Ashley and Katie to come back in as a couple.
Oh,
Thank
lovely.
You.
They'd have a great time.
Surely.
Think about it, guys. Look it up. It's a thing.
We'll look up what?
Lesbians.
Don't look it up.
No, these boys have looked that up too much. That's the problem.
Oh.
Who else have we got?
Jamie and Dave?
I haven't got anything on them.
Oh, well, we mentioned... Well, actually, one of my first things is if anything happens between Dave and Jamie, I'll be devastated.
I would be so Devo. I love them.
That's what I put. I'll be Devo. I love them too. I'm so for them. If you follow us on TikTok, don't tell us spoilers. Everyone, I'm putting that out there now. People have been doing it.
Yeah.
People have been putting spoilers on our TikTok comments.
That's
now
bad.
that we're going viral. 300 followers. I don't think we have that many. We have like 150. Don't put spoilers on there.
No, it's bad because then we can't look and then we can't talk to you.
Yeah, that's what's happening. It's really
We
annoying.
just have to ignore them all.
So, yeah, Dave did that thing that we really liked where he... Sorry, am I being too drunk?
No, I am drunk.
No, I am drunk. Anyway, so Dave did the thing that we mentioned where he told the camera they had to go because Jamie just like showed her lingerie. Loved that. Classy. What a classy bloke.
It was very
Love
good.
that he did that.
Yeah, I really like Jamie. She hasn't, even though she's got like potential popular girl energy, she isn't cliquey at all with who she hangs out with. She seems to be friends with everyone. She's not just like only hanging out with the hot girls.
Yeah.
She's perceptive. I just think she's great.
She's good. And she was with Karina when they were trying on lingerie, and then Jamie said to Karina, I want to have sex with you in that. And I was like, you could, girl. You could do it. And then so Karina, wanted to show her dominant side. And her dominant side was licking chocolate off of
a very uptight Frenchman.
I did not need to see it.
No,
I didn't need to see it. I
didn't need to see your ass crack.
Leave it to the imagination.
If you must. Yep.
Not my imagination. I'm not imagining it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't need to see it. It's too much for telly sometimes.
When do they say cut and then go, okay, bye guys, and then like, it's weird.
When it goes in.
Oh. Oh, you make me laugh.
Oh
no.
Okay, so the final couple I think that we haven't spoken about.
Adrian.
Yeah.
And
what did they even do?
Athena. I'll tell you what he did.
Go on.
He pulled out all the right words at the right time.
Did he?
At the commitment ceremony.
Sorry. The right words at the right time? Can't hear what the man says.
The right words were...
I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
I don't know what this man is.
I don't know what this man is. He could be walking down the street and I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
I'm sorry to this man.
Keke Palmer is a national treasure.
Oh,
that hurt me.
not our nation.
Actually, Cardi B should be president.
Cardi B?
Yeah, Cardi B knows loads about history. And she really loves...
Wet ass pussies.
I was about to say Keke Palmer should be president, and then I thought, you know what? Actually, no. Cardi
too
B
much
should
stress
be
on
president.
her.
She's really obsessed with like Eleanor Roosevelt and Roosevelt President Roosevelt.
Right.
She like loves it. I don't know. I just think she's really cute. Franklin D. Well, look at you, Days. I think she might know more about history than Trump.
Well, it's not hard, is it?
No, true. I love Cardi B. Big fan.
Yeah, Adrian basically, because she was like, he doesn't want to go out with someone who has kids, blah 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 blah. But then he all of a sudden was like, but you know, if we get on, then maybe I can give it a go. And then they played nice music, and it's like, And then Athena was all like,
break up.
Yeah,
break up.
Terrible, already terrible. Because then they played the sex game, and he was like, oh, we don't need this cringy game. We're fine. And
she
Athena
was like, very fiddle.
It's very boring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a very professional episode.
Incredibly professional. Well done.
Well done, you.
Well done, you.
Deal done. If you would like more of this incredibly professional coverage on all things high culture,
such high culture,
sign up to our Patreon. We're talking about the films and the TV shows and the books that we are consuming and lots of other things that we're doing. So you'll only know what those other things are if you sign up.
You can sign up for as little as like £3 a month or something. A coffee, a singular coffee.
Less than a coffee in this day and age.
Actually, true. Less than a coffee. Yeah, true.
It's great.
And if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube, you can go on to YouTube and search Doing the Maths. We'll have a link in the show notes straight to the YouTube as well if you want to see this on camera. Please subscribe and go and like it and comment on there. We love it. It's really exciting for us that we're doing that now.
Yeah, it's really helping us when you guys rate and review as well.
Yes, please review the podcast. If you like the podcast, review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Basically, just do any of those things. One of those things will make such a difference for us.
Such a difference.
Please, we don't want to work boring jobs anymore. We want to do this. We really like this.
Yeah, this is the best.
Is that okay? I'm going to tell you. We really want to do. I want to do this full time. I really want to do this. We're basically doing this full time and then doing our other jobs on top of it. So just like let us do it.
Yeah, that would be good.
Tell your friends to listen.
Yeah. Share it round.
Share it round.
Expand the party. What are we going to eat for supper? What are we about to do?
Swim in the pond.
Ooh.
Don't know what it is. Salmon.
Salmon. Pasta?
Pesto pasta.
Yum.
Pangrattato.
Oh, sì. Sì.
Allora ragazzi.
See you later.
Arrivederci.
Ciao.
Bella.
Love. Oh.
Mi amore.
Mi amore. What's love you in Italian? Amoru.
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 Ciao.
Ciao.